sorry. I had received a call. I apologize. Yes, I'm a single parent and I didn't have a choice. You have to choose, between making the money that you know you need to pay that light bill with because you owe them $258 and you don't even got it. And you know you have the opportunity to get that $258 on the day of your child's recital. But you know that you're also a single parent and you don't have that partner that's going to go show up at that child's recital. And you don't know if your lights are going to get cut off because you don't know if that company is going to be willing to work with you. Chances that one has to take as a parent and choices that one has to take as a single parent, unfortunately, when you're in those type of situations. And yes, the kids need, but the kids need physical and the kids also need emotional and mental. And I made a promise to myself at a young age that no matter what I went through, I wasn't going to allow my kids to feel the lack of an emotional parent, even if they're absent, because I went through that. And that's another story. And not calling out my parents. I love them both. They're very great parents. We went through a hard struggle ourselves. But anyway, so it was very hard to make that decision in those times, especially in those times of need. But I knew that it was an investment I was making into my children, that in the future that they were going to grow up to become the adults that they needed to become, to provide, to be the head of their households, to whatever it is circumstances that God was going to put them with in their family, in their own unit. So I knew that, and I was thinking about the future. So I said, no, I'm sorry. If I can't find somebody to replace me, to cover the jobs for me, and if I have to lose it, and if I have to lose a client altogether, then it is what it is. Because I'm not gonna miss my child's recital or show or whatever they had going on. And I would show up. And you know what? Those kids looked for me. They would look for you. They do. They look all around. They say they don't care, but they're looking. They're like, yeah, you better be there. You better be there. Like that's what they're thinking because, they're kids. Kids will tell you a lot of things. That does not mean that's how they feel. They just, okay, mom, I know, they know you're a single parent. They know you have to work. They know you have to pay the bills. But they're not going to tell you how much it's going to mean to them if you show up. And let me tell you, I didn't think how much of an impact that was going to make on my kids. But as my kids got older, they would ask me questions now that they're, they're men already. You know, how was it, that you made this decision that, you would show up? And like, how did you do it and keep a roof over our head and also work and make money? And did you lose jobs? Yeah, I've lost work. That's why sometimes working for yourself as a single parent is easier, you know, because you don't want to have a bad reputation losing different jobs from different companies. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good to lose clients either. But if you work for yourself, who's going to tell you anything? You can't fire yourself. So it's very difficult. Um, and but it was a good investment. And now they appreciate it, because I see how loving they are, how caring they are with their partners and their families and their new families that they have going on, and they're go-getters and they're wholesome and they're healed, mostly. We all, none of us are perfect, but I'm just saying that things could have went left if the investment would have not been done, okay, properly. And sometimes as a parent, it's hard, especially as a young parent. You know, who doesn't want to be out there, hanging out and going out sometimes? When I was young, because I was really young when I had my kids, other people were like, oh, we're going to go out clubbing, we're going to go take a vacay this weekend, da 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 da, Yeah, who doesn't want to do those things? But who told me to have kids? That's where the whole thing comes in. It's not my children's fault that I had kids. That's me. That's on me. So it's my job to carry it out and to make sure that they feel the love that they need to feel. And so I know some parents will be like, oh, well, sometimes you gotta let loose and you gotta do this and you gotta do that. And it's true, you do. If you make enough money to do that, then sure. I mean, when I was doing better and credit was paid and everything was going great for me financially, okay, now I could step out and actually, okay, let me go step out and go out and have drinks and this and that because I could financially afford it. I'm out of the hole, I'm out of my debt, I don't have debt, my bills are paid, I have money stored away. Okay, now I can have that luxury to go spend a little bit and say, let me go have a drink or so. You know what I mean? Let me go hang out for a little bit. I've earned it, I've worked hard enough for it. But taking the money that I know that I can provide for my kids because they need a new pair of shoes, or that's going to give them, I don't know, some snacks or food, or them going to the movies or taking them out to eat versus spending $100 going out with friends, then no, I'm sorry. If that means I can't have a social life, then it's okay because I have a social life with them. I'd rather invest that money taking them out to eat, going out to the movies with them. You know, you gotta enjoy them while you can, because then when they get older, they're living their life and that's it. Can't expect for them to be around you all the time. So you gotta enjoy them while you can. Um, it's the truth. Um, I think that the foundation we built with our kids is important because later on it helps. No matter what life brings you guys' way, no matter the circumstances, no matter how many times the devil tries to stray them away or separate you guys, your love is going to be strong from afar no matter what. You get over it, you eventually forgive one another, and you're going to work things out, work through things because you love one another. But if you don't have that strong bond, then you could lose one another for permanently, and that's something that I don't think anybody wants to do, okay, or go through. And I just wanted to share that with you guys so that way you guys would know, because I think that, and I understand that you guys have to make money and pay bills, we all do, but there's just some things that there's no price tag, and spending time with our kids, there isn't a price on that. I'm not saying be lazy and don't pay bills. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying sometimes, sacrifices you have to make. It's like if I'm driving and I'm a driver, but my son really wants to go to the store at a specific time, but I know that specific time is going to make me bum money, but I know that child doesn't hardly ask me for anything. Come on. You don't know if that child is just testing you to see, do I mean that much to you that you're willing to sacrifice? I know that's your rush hour. Do I mean enough to you to actually sacrifice that rush hour for me? You think kids don't test you, but they're testing you in one way or another. And because of that, we have to be cautious and try our best to provide for them the best that we can with time and needs and emotions and mental and all of that. Okay? Bye.